What's up, everybody? You know what time it is again, of course. It's time for another review, and today I'll be reviewing the original Candyman that came out in 1992, starring Tony Todd as Candyman and Virginia Madsen as a graduate student who pursues his legacy as urban legend in the Chicago Caprini Green area. So this film is about a black man who has an affair with a white woman in 1890 and gets killed by white America as a result of it. This film is an American horror story. It's an American cautionary tale, and it's also an American cliche of what happens when people interracially date, particularly when a black man dates a white woman and a white woman dates a black man. As a result of Candyman actually getting involved with a white woman, um, his story is basically that 40 years after slavery, his dad invents a machine in which creates shoes, and they become multimillionaires. And so it allows him to develop his creative side. He's a very skilled painter, and his painting arm in his hand is the right arm. And so once they find he gets involved with this white woman in which he's painting for this really rich white family. And so when her father finds out, he has him killed. They cut off his artistic arm, puts a hook in the wound, and then covers his body in honey, has bees maul his body, and then they burn him to death in the Chicago area in which the mythology and the urban legend has been created. And so Virginia Madsen, who plays a college student, is pursuing this legacy. And so, as a graduate student for her thesis, and she gets well involved. The legacy is if you say his name 5 times in the mirror, you summon him and you get killed immediately. She tests that theory and nothing happens to her right away. We do see a immediate kill at the beginning in the film in which a white woman summons him, and as soon as she turns the light, he's there, he appears, and he guts her with his hook. I could tell this movie was written. I didn't know this movie was actually based on a book called The Forbidden, which is a perfect title because it's about forbidden fruit, based particularly in white society, not Black American society. And the reason why I say that is because even in death and in spirit, Candyman is pursuing romantic interests in white women. And I would think, from a black person's point of view, black males particularly, that he'd be anti anything like that because that's how he end up dying. So anybody who summons him, um, particularly if they're white, he would kill them right away and then give everybody else a pass. That's how I probably would have written the film. But I could tell it was written by a white person because he's still pursuing white women in this movie. Tony Todd's performance of Candyman is wonderful. He has this very great, domineering presence of sophistication and gravitas and actual substance, and the tone in which he uses his voice to seduce Helen to be his victim because he was a victim in life. So he wants to make her victim in death with him to join her. Is incredibly chilling and effective. I think Virginia Madsen, who plays a college student, is really great as well as far as their chemistry together with Tony Todd. Works really well. I like the way this film is filmed, the cinematography and the shots, particularly in the opening. Um, there's these panoramic shots on the sky from the sky that really establishes where these characters are as far as environment. That was really effective. I really enjoyed this film, and I give this film a solid B. So please subscribe to my page if you like this because I will be uploading at least one movie review or review in general a week.